once a cheater, always a cheater. Don't give no second chances because what was your first heartbreak?
I was
just a bubble.
dating like Satan. And I will always commend you because you are a lot better at walking away than I am. You saw it right away and left, and I stayed in my situation for a really long time.
But it's so much easier said than done. I mean,
yeah.
like, it's so hard to walk away from things sometimes.
Well, we'll always be party girls.
We will. In our hearts. Yeah.
In our hearts.
In our hearts. Hi guys, welcome to Pretty Honest. Today I have one of my good friends, Jules, who has become one of my best friends over the years. And I feel like we've, had this friendship throughout our like growing up, late teen, early 20 years. So I feel like we've definitely seen each other in all the interesting moments. But today I want to have an episode with her where we have like the ultimate girl talk.
Yes, we need it.
We just need it. And I feel like you guys are really going to love it because we all love girl talk. Like that really is the best thing to do. So everyone, welcome Jules.
Hi guys.
And today we're going to get right into it. So how long have we actually known each other?
So like controversial. So I met...
I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, how long has it been?
I met you when I was 19.
Okay.
I was friends with your brother. And you actually were living in... California at the time.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And we met because you were in Orlando for like a family reunion.
At Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, at Halloween Horror Nights. And Chad invited me. And what year was that? 2021.
Yeah.
Fall of 21. And then you moved back.
In like
shortly after.
2022.
2022. Yeah. So like 5 years we've known each other, but we came closer when you obviously moved back.
Yeah, I think I kind of just like knew who you were because of Chad. And then I came here and then I remember I was like, maybe I should like invite her over. Like,
do you want to be friends?
And I think I invited you, to like my Halloween party?
Well, I remember at HHN, you were sitting across from me and you were staring at me. And I was like, Chad, like, why does your sister keep looking at me? And he said, because she wants to ask you to ride the roller coaster, but she's scared to ask you. And I was like,
it's like such something that I would do too.
And I was like, so I asked you, I was like, do you want to ride the roller coaster? And you're like, oh my God, yes. So I was like, okay. And then we never talked. We didn't even like exchange info or anything.
Yeah, I remember being like, who is this girl, Chad? I was like, is this your girlfriend? He's like, it's my friend. I was like, all right. And I remember like I was there with like my boyfriend at the time. And he wouldn't ride the roller coaster with me. And so I was so upset. So I was like...
And Chad didn't want to ride it either.
Yeah, nobody would ride with me. So Jules came through and she rode the roller coaster with me and we didn't speak after that.
Yeah, we didn't talk. And then you came back and you were hit me up. You're like, hey, I'm doing a photo shoot in Florida. Like, do you want to be in it? And I was like, yeah, sure. Then you're like, well, do you want to hang out first? And we went to Fun Spot.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm like, okay, this girl just loves roller coasters. Like, she's asking me to go to theme parks.
Wait. Speaking of Fun Spot, can we tell them about the time at the bar? You guys, I went to a bar with Jules, okay? It was a Halloween party.
It was a Halloween party.
Halloween themed bar night, okay? I was dressed as Christina Aguilera and
I was
Jules
dressed as Ariana.
We were really giving like baddie duo, whatever. And I heard that one of the guys she knew was the manager at Fun Spot. And so I thought that we were going to go to Fun Spot after, and I was promised that he was going to get us in. So I went around the bar screaming to everyone, I want to go to Fun Spot. Like, I came here for fun. That was the only reason why I went.
Well, and like the bar is like in the same like
plaza kind of.
Yeah, as Fun Spot. And so I guess when you like had like a drink or two, you thought for some reason we weren't going to a party and we were going to the Fun Spot.
Yeah.
And so he still brings that up to me all the time. He's like, remember your crazy friend that was like harassing me to go to the Fun Spot?
I was like, I came here, like, I'm gonna go to Fun Spot. And it's so funny because even my other friend Jazzy, like, she knows how much I love Fun Spot. I used to drag her to Fun Spot every weekend. Yeah. Like, anytime I was home in Orlando, Fun Spot. Like,
yeah, we don't like Disney.
Yeah, it was just like my favorite place to go. So yeah, I definitely went around the bar telling everyone, like, where's the Fun Spot? I was promised Fun Spot. And everybody was like, what is wrong with you?
It's this girl.
So a funny story about Fun Spot. But yeah, so we went to Fun Spot.
We went to Fun Spot and then we like hit it off right away.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this girl's so cool. And you were there already. You lived right by me. So I was like, okay. And then we became so close so fast. And like there was like at that time in my life, there was nobody else who like got me like you did.
Yeah.
Like we just like clicked instantly.
No, yeah, we would like be in the car. I remember telling her like I just have like such an emotional connection to Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. And she was like, me too.
And then we like cried.
And we were like crying. And I feel like too, like when we first met, I was like so emotional because it was like kind of like an emotional time in my life. And I was like kind of just getting over things. And I feel like the only person that like I could relate to about any of it was you. Like you were the only one who understood it.
Mm-hmm.
So
we definitely were in the trenches together.
Oh, my mom used to sit us down and she would be like, I'm going to pay for you guys to go to therapy. Like I have never been so down bad in my life. I don't think you've ever been as down bad as you were back then.
It almost like, I felt like, because there was a period of time like we were a little rough. And I think we kind of associated our time like meeting and being friends with like all our baggage that was going on, because it was like I just felt like I was constantly just like so overwhelmed, and we were together 24/7, and it was like all we were talking about was like all like the outside noise. And then when we finally like moved on, we were like, okay, we need to just like breathe for a second. But yeah, Jen used to sit us down at dinner and like be like, girls, this has gotten out of control. Like you guys are not okay at all. Like something is going on.
Like I mean, because when we had first met, I had met her when I was in a relationship, and that relationship ended with me being cheated on. And I remember like when we were first meeting, like I was kind of telling her like, I think I'm being cheated on. Like something's not right. And so not only was it like me like kind of like being the cheated on, like kind of just going through it, but for some reason like the being cheated on made me like relive like any breakup or any heartbreak in my life. Like it was like I was going through it all at once, all over again. And you got it. Like you understood it completely. And I think that's why we got so close.
Yeah, I remember, where were we? We were at Playlist, and I was not supposed to be at Playlist.
We snuck her in.
Yeah, it was like something had to do with like she had to set up her company at the time.
Yeah, we had a booth.
She was like running late. No one was available. Like everyone like was like quit.
Yeah,
like,
literally everybody was
the
like
company.
They faked on it like the week before, because at the time I had a business partner and she was supposed to be there and she wasn't there. And I was just like, okay, well, I can't be at the booth because I have a meet and greet and I have a panel and I can't be there. So I was like, who can I call? And my mom was like, I'm gonna call Jules. And I was like, okay.
I get like an Apple request or like Apple Cash money sent, and it was like $500. I was like, hi, this is Jen. I need you to go to Hobby Lobby and like buy all this stuff. And I was like, what? I was like, okay, not doing anything. But at Playlist is when you got cheated on.
Yeah.
And that was when it all was happening, like all during that time. And I was like, okay, I just met this girl, I'm doing her job for her. And then she's going through all this crap. And I remember sitting at your panel and I was like, how is she like okay right now?
Me up there. And I remember I was talking about like hate or something, like online hate. And I'm like, you just got to deal with it. Like, I'm like giving these girls the advice. And like, I remember like my phone being like blown up by my boyfriend at the time. Like, I promise you I'm not doing anything and all this stuff. And I just knew. I remember telling guys like, I know something like going down. Like, I know I'm being cheated on. And it wasn't until like later on that we found out. But Jules was like completely my like full on like investigator. I mean, like, she was finding me the girl's Instagram. She was like commenting on the girl's post. Like she just knew everything.
Yeah. Well, because my thing was just like everyone was lying and everyone was telling you different things and people were gaslighting you. And obviously you're going through the emotions. For me, being on the outside, I mean, I was not close with your boyfriend like that at all. I barely knew him. I obviously didn't know any of these girls. And I'm like, this is like so painted so clearly. Like exactly what's going on. Like he cheated on you with this girl, it's being framed that it was with this girl. You're being gaslit to be like
by everyone.
Nothing's going on. And I'm like, I just wanted to like shake you and be like, okay, take your emotions out of the situation and just look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's not okay. And like that was like, it was just so frustrating being on the other end. That's why I was like going after these girls. So I'm like, stop getting online. Get offline.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was like almost trying to like get their like 5 seconds of fame from it. That was what it was. Yeah. They knew it was like kind of going viral right now because the breakup was happening and everybody was kind of trying to figure out like why did they break up out of nowhere and like why is she, because when people would ask I would be like, oh, like I'm not speaking about him. Like I didn't really care to like go air him out for cheating until it came to the point where it was like we were going back and forth online and it was like they were I don't know what they were doing. They were like making up fake stories, like trying to cover it up, but it wasn't making sense because I hadn't said anything. So everybody was kind of like, why? Like,
They were
what do
doing
you
damage
mean?
control before there was even any damage
Yeah,
done.
like nobody knew about the whole like cheating thing, and they were just trying to cover up, and it made no sense at all. And I remember like me and Jules got to the bottom of it, and we found the girl that he cheated on me with. And I remember DMing her, and Jules was there for all of this. I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, it's happening. Like, we found her. And I message her, and I'm like, hey, like, I want to talk to you like one-on-one, like as a girl. And she responded, and she said, okay. And the girl was actually really sweet. And I almost like felt for her too, because I was like, sometimes when a guy cheats, he's not honest with the other girl ever.
I mean, there's no honesty at all.
There's no honesty. So it's like the other girl's also being like put in the dark. And like, I remember telling you too, I was like, well, she didn't owe me anything. Like, he was the one I was with. He owed me the loyalty. So I tried to be like as understanding as I could with her. So I have nothing against the girl. Like, I really don't think it was her fault at all. And me and her are still cool to this day. You know, I gained a little friend out of it. But yeah, Jules was there, and she was backing me up. And at the time, there was like not Muser. I keep saying Muser Shade Room.
TikTok room. Yeah.
TikTok room. And they were posting it, and Jules was all over that
TikTok room. We're like on like the phone together, like the owner of the account. I remember sitting at the Disney
They were
resort.
getting all the info from her, and I was literally sitting there like, tell them everything. Like, tell them literally everything, because I was so tired of them like you said, doing damage control before there was anything to even control.
Yeah.
They outed themselves.
Well, and it's like you're avoiding a situation to avoid drama, and then
here it came.
you are being forced to be in it. So I was like, no,
Yeah.
you can sit down. You can sit this one out. I got it. Like,
yeah, and I remember like we had like lives where it was like we were going back and forth on live, and it was like Jules talking for me on the lives, and I was like so tired and exhausted because we were like in LA filming something. And I go on TikTok, and like the first thing on both of our For You pages is like this guy like talking shit about both of us. He's like, Jules and her, like Jules doesn't know nothing, like blah, blah, blah. There was like a new girl in the photo, and like she was like also getting involved, like kind of trying to put her 2 cents in. And I was like, why are you putting your 2 cents in? You weren't even involved in this situation whatsoever. You're just the new girlfriend.
Yeah. So, because she was that's who he ended up dating.
Yeah, so he ended up dating this girl, and she was like putting her 2 cents in.
She was the main problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what was going on. I don't know if she was like trying to just like get involved, but it was like not really making sense, because it's like you're with a cheating man and you're defending him about a relationship that's not even yours.
Yeah, that girl made no sense to me.
And Jules was like spamming the comments. She was like saying all of it. She was like, that's why he was like sending her flowers. Like, Jules was really...
Well, because I saw it for what it was. I mean, he's over here begging for you back. He's literally buying you like gifts and promise rings and trying to fly to your house. And I'm like, hello, like, no.
Yeah, me and Jules would like, oh my gosh, we went. And we used to have car picnics all the time, where we would get a full cake from Publix and eat the cake in the car.
And cry to Wrecking Ball.
Cry to Wrecking Ball, and to any other song. What was the other song? There was another
Billie Eilish one.
Oh my gosh, yes. When the Party's Over.
Yes, that one.
When the Party's Over. We would cry and eat this cake and just be so sad. And I remember one day we were having that, and it was an Elsa cake. I remember it clear as day. We got home, gifts everywhere.
Yes.
I was like, what the?
Literally, and look, we walk in and it's just like, okay, like...
It's just like flower arrangements, photos.
And then his like new girls or whoever, I don't even remember anymore if it was his girlfriend or not. But
yeah, I don't
like
know what it was.
Like, is attacking Danny, and that's where it's like, okay, what? Like this man is the problem. That is the point I was trying to make, and the whole thing was he's gaslighting everyone involved.
So if you can learn anything from us right now while we're saying this, when you're in like a cheating situation, because you've been cheated on too, so we've talked about it before, like obviously like our experiences, because it really does suck to be cheated on. Like, nobody deserves it, but if you can learn anything from us, learn that instead of getting mad at everyone else in the situation, be mad at your significant other. Yeah. Because like I said, nobody else owes you loyalty but your significant other. And if they're cheating, that should just be a complete, like, leave. Don't, once a cheater, always a cheater. Don't give no second chances, because
and
it's
don't,
gonna happen again.
Wait until your emotions are clear always, because I feel like a lot of my bad decisions in life have because I've acted on emotion.
Yeah, because you're so sad in the moment.
Yeah.
You just like want to go back.
And they're
wanna be
talking
with them.
to you and telling, like, you need to just let it out, take however long it takes, and then have that conversation with them if you need to.
Yeah. So, anyways, after this like whole heartbreak experience, me and Jules then became a little bit of a party girl is what we called ourselves. And I look back because I was like always the type of girl who was like not very social. Like I didn't like going out. And these were like my first ever real experiences as a party girl. And one of the first times me and Jules hang out, I invited you over for a party that nobody showed up to.
Yeah.
Because I was so lame that nobody showed up to the party. I mean, I invited all my friends and nobody came. It was just me, Jules, and my family.
Yeah.
And some kids.
Yeah.
Some little kids. It was so bad. I mean, we prepared all day. We made like all these Jello shots, everything. Nobody came.
There was so much alcohol for 2 little girls. Like,
Literally.
like us. Like, it was too much. Too much.
Yeah, so nobody came. And I remember just being like, we need to do something. Like,
yeah.
we need to throw a party. And we threw a rager. You know, we're still legends from that rager. I mean, I wouldn't say a rager, honestly.
It was Project
yeah,
X.
It was a really good. I mean, the party went on for like a full 24 hours.
It was, I think, longer than that. I mean, it was
48 hours.
It was like, it was a bender. We were
really
on a
was.
bender. We had this crazy Airbnb that we dropped. Like, how much money?
I think we, like, you guys, when I tell you, we were so determined to prove to everybody, because I don't really think that, like, at least for me, like I said, I wasn't really going out. And at the time, like, I feel like you weren't really like going out. We were just like kind of like to ourselves. We were like in this like heartbreak era. And we wanted to prove to like all of our friends and everybody so badly that like we could be party girls and like we could be single.
We could be fun.
Yeah, live the life and like not worry about any guy. Like we could do it. So we were like, okay, we're going to do it. I find this Airbnb. This Airbnb is like $2,000.
It was it was so expensive. I was like, and we provided everything.
Everything. The food, the drinks, everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking the whole counter filled with bottles, okay? Crazy.
We had over 100 people there. I mean, it was a great time. Like, everyone showed up. We proved everyone wrong.
No, we proved everyone insanely wrong. I hired my brother to do security, okay? And Chad, I'm really sorry. I know you're a father and a husband now, but I got to tell this story. So Jules is having her time. I'm having my time. We're proving to everyone that, like, we can be single and have fun and not be heartbroken. Like, we're doing the thing. All of a sudden, like, some guy that I don't even know, like, I'm like, who is this? Like, who invited this guy?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
He, like, runs in the house, like, so freaked out. At this point, it's, like, 10 p.m. You guys, we still have 2 more hours till midnight. It was New Year's Eve.
It was New Year's Eve, yeah.
Oh my God, wait. And then we also need to tell them about the ball drop. But, this guy runs in here. He's, like, sprinting at me. He's like, whose party is this? And I'm like... And I'm looking at Jules. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this is our party. And he's like, whose party is this? He's like really calming me down. He's like, you might need to call the ambulance. And I was like, why? He's like, there's a naked man laying in the shower, so blackout drunk he can't even get up. I'm like, wait a second. Because everybody was giving my brother all the drinks in the world. They were like, yeah, like security man, like beers with him, doing it all. And I'm like, I look at Jules and I'm like, oh my God, like, do you think it's my brother? And I remember, like, we had, like, our friends, and I tell them, I'm like, go outside and check if my brother's out there. They're like, no, he's gone. Like, nobody's guarding the door.
Yeah, it was just
Nobody was guarding the door. So many people are coming in. Also, to put into fact how many people were there, my brother has a best friend, a childhood best friend. He was there. His now wife, he met at this party. Because there was so many random people that found out about this party. Like, he literally met his wife. That is, like, now they're getting married. Like, that is how many people were there. So I'm like, okay, obviously it's my brother. My brother had a friend there. I run upstairs. The friend is asleep in her bed. I'm like, what is going on? I go in, and he's just literally on the floor so drunk because everybody was giving him drinks. So we had no security. So sorry to tell that story, Chad, but it was just, it was so funny.
That was Chad's party era too.
That was Chad. That was before he became a mature man.
We're still working on that. But.
Yeah, we're still working on it, but that was definitely like the craziest part of the night. And that's when I started realizing, like, oh my gosh, like, this is a party. Like,
yeah.
We proved everybody wrong.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and there was like kind of like our main group that we like actually invited. And you know, I'll let Jules tell this story because she was the one who started screaming to the party that it was midnight.
So we're idiots and we're drunk. And we had put the New York City like ball drop countdown on the TV. The problem was the place that we were at, the Airbnb, didn't have cable.
So it was on YouTube.
We're so stupid. So we thought we found a live Instagram video. No, it was just a 2016 ball drop Times Square video. We're watching everyone out in the living room, and I was like, Danny, like, we messed up. Like, we messed up.
We
The
look at our
ball drop's
phones.
wrong.
It's midnight.
Yeah, we literally looked at our phones. I'm like, we have 30 seconds. So we're like in the kitchen. We have our own little like 10, 9, 8, like our own mini celebration. We start hearing every other single person, all 100 people in the living room, starting 30, 29. We're over here like celebrating the new year.
It's like 12:10. And we're looking around and we're like, I hope nobody looks at their phone. We literally sprint out from this private room and we celebrate with them.
We celebrated twice.
Yeah, so it was a whole thing. And yeah, we had a double New Year's Eve that day, but we woke up and there was so many people still at this house, and
everyone left around like noon the next day.
Yeah, like we did our thing, and I'm so happy we did that because I feel like we really just like needed something. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, like when you're heartbroken, like go party or something. No, because that's not the way to do it at all. But I think it was so important for us to actually like stop worrying and just enjoy being single, because we were like so heartbroken and just like trying to just like, I don't know, maybe like find a replacement or just like.
I think it was also just like validating, like, you know, like no one showed up to the Halloween thing. And we were just like, okay, our boyfriends just cheated on us. All our friends hate us. Like, no. And then we were like, no, like, why are we going to like have a pity party for ourselves?
Yeah, I was also like having like a really rough time with like one of my childhood best friends at the time. And that was making me so upset.
We were
just like so devastated.
It was like a constant state of just crashing out. And we were like, okay, instead of like victimizing ourselves, like, we're just gonna prove them wrong. And we did.
Yeah, and part of this is actually funny because I just had a memory pop up. When I was arguing with my childhood best friend, I had asked Jules to like fix my message for me that I was gonna send. So I wrote up this like whole message, and the first thing in the message was like, I don't know what's going on with us, but like there's some weird tension between us. And I sent it to Jules, and we're like in an Uber on the way to David Dobrik's pizza place.
This was so good.
And she looks up at me and she gives me a weird look.
Because it's like completely like, because like, I don't know, we weren't talking in the Uber. So it was just me, Danny, and I think your mom.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden a text comes through on my phone, and all I read is, so I don't know what's going on with us. Me and Danny have been in LA for a week at this point. And I'm like,
she's like, are you mad at me?
Yeah, I literally looked at her. I was like, are you, like, I thought we were good. Like, what, are we fighting? Like, what's going on? And she was like, oh my God, no. Like, this message is not for you.
I need you to fix the message for me. So yeah, we were just like, we definitely needed something to just get our minds off of it, prove that like we could be like those party girls and not worried about anyone. And that's definitely what we did. And it's a very much like core memory.
Yeah. And I think, you know, whatever happens now, whether like, I think we just needed to get that out. You can never now look back. I mean, right after that, you got engaged, right? Like like obviously whatever. But like,
like
you needed that time to be like, so you can look back on life and not have regrets. Like, okay, I had my little party girl phase.
Yeah. The one
Everyone
party.
needs to go through it.
Yeah.
Whether it's you're making good decisions or you're making bad decisions, just go through it, because it's like just a part of you that needs to happen for your development.
Like, you need to have those experiences. And that's why I like hate when people like get so mad or like comment things, or they're like, you're too young, blah, blah, blah. Like, there is like no time limit on like when you can experience things. I mean, obviously, you know, you shouldn't be young doing crazy things, but I'm just saying like, we're all not perfect. And I feel like part of like getting those experiences and learning about yourself is experiencing things like that. Like, you need to experience that to become who you are. So I've never really understood when people like think of that so badly. Like, I'm really glad that we, you know, got that out of our system.
Right.
And then I was like, never again.
Yeah.
Like,
and we can move on and be like,
I will never throw a party again. But at least I said that I could do it. And I think that was what, 2024?
It was going into 23.
Oh my God, 23?
Yeah.
That is so crazy how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we'll always be party girls.
We will. In our hearts. Yeah.
In our hearts.
In our hearts. Okay, so now that we've talked about like the party girl phase and, you know, the cheating and all of that, what was your first heartbreak?
My first heartbreak is complicated. I don't think I've ever been in love in my whole entire life. Like, truly, I don't think I have.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I thought things were love, but...
Okay, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, looking back, it's like, what about this had love?
Yeah, like
Because-
nothing about it was
Yeah. And I think when you feel like intense emotion sometimes, you think it's love, but
love.
it's not. And like all I had for people was like a lot of hate. And I was like, oh, this is love. But probably my ex.
The recent one.
Yeah. I think the heartbreak wasn't our relationship ending. I think it was realizing he wasn't the person that he said he was. And it was like shocking because at that point I was so invested into what we were building because we were together. How long? 3 years?
It was like 3 years. I mean, she was living on the other side of Florida.
Yeah.
She never saw any of us. Like, I remember being like, hey, like, are you ever going to come around? Like where are you?
Yeah.
He had her like completely like locked up. Like,
I
in
was
just a bubble.
dating like Satan. But I will say, like, when we first started dating, it wasn't like that. And that was where the heartbreak was because, I mean, even like when you met him the first time was when I had just met him too. And it was like, this is the nicest person in the entire world. He's so cool. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Like, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
like,
he was
perfect.
like joining like the friend group we were in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so everybody was meeting him for the first time. So nobody really knew anything about him.
And I think probably like 6 months in is when I saw that change. And I was like, oh, like, what did I just get myself into? And we went through a lot of things together that were very traumatic. And instead of me seeing the situation as he's the one causing me trauma, I was seeing it as, oh, we're going through this together. Because as much as like, if he's hurting me, I'm like, oh, but he's the only one who can relate because he's hurt. I don't know. It was just really messed up. But I think that was probably my first real like heartbreak, was realizing the person I was with was like a fraud.
Yeah. And I feel like I want to ask this because I feel like I feel this way too. And I feel like we've talked about this before, but do you feel like your like relationships that you used to think were like a heartbreak, like were nothing?
No. Yeah.
Because I look back to and I'm like, these were nothing. Like,
especially because
what
like
were this?
obviously like as you grow up, you handle things better.
Yeah.
And you look like for example, like I look back on like guys that I dated for like 5 months and the crash out that I had when we broke up.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I'm handling a situation now so much more better, which is because I'm more mature now. But I look at it like, why was I crashing out over that mini situation when the situation's so much worse and I'm handling it so much better? And I'm like, it's like a joke. It's embarrassing for myself.
Seriously, it's like
insane.
Like, what am I doing? And I feel like that's kind of how I feel about our crash out phase too. Like, I'm like, we were crashing out over nothing.
Yeah. I know. Especially at that time when I think about like the guys we were crashing out over and like the situations we were in, I was like, that's so embarrassing for us.
Yeah. And I think too, like we have so much like funny stories. Like we were like kind of trying to be each other's like wing girl and we were doing really bad at it. Like,
we were because we're not like, how do I say that? I always see like a group of like 2 guys and you know when they're trying to like do it together and and they like come up to 2 friends. I feel like that's how we were trying to be, and like obviously we're not like that.
We were making a fool out of ourselves. We were like, yeah, like double date, and they'd be like, no. Like we were just, I think because we were so sad that we were just like, let's distract ourselves. And I don't want you guys to take this like we were like out. Like we were not.
We
like,
were
the
literally
only party we had was this one singular. Like we were not out. Like I'm talking like we would go to Publix.
Yeah.
And we would be like,
we would see the cashiers
double
at
date?
Publix and be like, oh my God, we were so insane. Like any guy would be like, oh. I think too, the other part of it is I think when you moved back to Florida, you kind of like moved back to have like a normal life.
Yeah. And I feel like I was trying to chase that like so hard.
Yeah, where it's like, I want to find a guy that works at the grocery store. I want to find a guy that has no idea who I am. And your whole like life prior and all your relationships prior ended so bad because they were all online and also public. And so you were like chasing after the complete opposite. Yeah. When it wasn't working, and not that it wasn't working, it was just like, it wasn't meant to be with some people.
Yeah, we'd be like, what are we, like, we don't even like these people. What are we doing? Like it wasn't like meant to happen. Like it was just us trying to make things happen that weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know.
And I think too, like when I moved back to, I was like expecting like all of my like old friends to like be there. And then I like moved back and I was like, wow, like I'm so lonely. Like,
no, I feel the exact same way. Cause I was living in Fort Myers for my relationship. And when I had this expectation of like, okay, I'm going to dump my boyfriend. I'm going to move back and all my friends, like we're all just going to be
like,
best friends
it's
again.
just going to be like the same, but it's not like that at all.
No. And their lives move on too, you know? But you were there for me.
Yeah, I was. I was like, welcome back. How long ago was this when you moved back?
I moved back last May.
Because I remember like one of our first things doing together when you moved back was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty at your apartment.
Yes. And that was the day you came over and you were like, I told you, I said, I have to tell you something.
Oh my God, you're right.
She sat down and I said, I have to tell you something. And you were being so calm and you just let it out. And I was like, me and this person, we broke up. We ended things. I'm like just unwell. I'm going on a rampage for like 3 hours. At the end of it, she goes, I have to tell you something too. Me and so also just broke up. And I was like, I am such a bad friend. Like, I'm sitting here like doing whatever and you're just sitting there like upset. And I was
like I actually did a podcast episode the other day about like a relationship that I was in, and it was like so bad and it was like so mentally draining. So I feel like that's why I was like so okay, because I was like so mentally drained by this person that I was just like, I was ready to be out of it. But I feel like you were also that way. Like, I could tell you were so relieved. And I feel like our relationships were a little bit similar. I think, in a way, I was talking about it the other day about like mental abuse and like what it does to you in a relationship. And I feel like we both were kind of experiencing that. I mean, even, a little bit more for you. Like, I feel like there was just a lot more going on. But I think we were just so ready to be out of it like months before. And it just took us a while to like actually be like, yeah, we need to get away from these guys.
Yeah, they were very similar. And
very similar.
I will always commend you because you are a lot better at walking away than I am. You saw it right away and left, and I stayed in my situation for a really long time.
But it's so much easier said than done. I mean,
yeah,
like it's so hard to walk away from things sometimes.
No, 100%. And the thing that I will also say too is when I was leaving my situation, or when I was in it, when your friend is going through an abusive situation, mine was like abusive all across the board. You never came at me and said, you need to dump him, you need to leave him, you need to whatever. Yeah. And a lot of people would look at that and be like, she's not a good friend, but I wasn't going to.
And I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew you weren't ready to, even though like I wanted her to. And I remember like talking to her mom about it, and like her mom was texting me and I was like, I know, but like we just can't force her to leave him, because then she's just going to go back. And then she's going to end up cutting us off or pushing us away. And I was kind of dealing with like the same thing, not as, to an extent. Like it was very different, but at the time it was kind of similar. And we were just dating guys that were super similar. And I remember like talking to the mom, and I was just like, it was almost making me realize like, am I dealing with this too? Like hearing other people talk about it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, wait a second. Am I also in like a mental abuse relationship? And like, is it starting to get a little physical too as well? And so that kind of made me realize. And then I remember like when I had found out that she walked away, I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank God. And I was so scared at first. I was like, I really hope like she doesn't go back, because there had been so many times in the past where she did go back. So I would kind of just like, that's why I would be so calm around you, because I didn't want to put my 2 cents in, because I feel like we always do what we're told not to do.
Right.
So I would let her just tell me and not say anything.
And that's why I have, I mean, and you always try to do the right thing. Like all the people in my life telling me to walk away from him were looking out for me, but I cut him off, you know? And I was like, and part of that was under the direction of him. Like, he's like, see, all your friends hate me. You have bad friends. Yeah. And you never did that. And looking at it now with such a clear head, it's so obvious. Like, obviously you didn't want me in that relationship, right?
Like, I would say it very subtle. Yeah. I would be like, like, I'm here for you, but like, just don't make a bad decision. Like, do what's right for you. Like, I would hint at it, but I also knew like when you're in a relationship like that, everything's being seen. Yeah. Because I knew what I was dealing with too. Like, if I was messaging my friend, that person was looking at what I was talking to my friend about. So I knew that if I was texting her like, he's abusive, get away, like you need to get away, like I'm not going to speak to you anymore, blah, blah, blah. Like, I knew what would happen. He would just be like, cut her off right now. Like, that's exactly what he would do.
And it was already like, I could barely spend time with you. Like, I wasn't allowed to do this or that. And so it was like, I was holding on to any strain of friendship I could with anyone. And so I did appreciate that. And I think the thing that broke my heart the most was when you did tell me after the fact that my mom was contacting you saying like, like, is she okay? Is she still talking to you? Yeah. And I was like, that just broke my heart.
Yeah. And I remember telling her like, yeah, like we're still talking. Like, I'm trying to be very careful with like what I say to her because like I know he's looking at her phone, and she was so far away, so there was not really much that me or her mom could do because your mom lives in Chicago and I was living in Orlando and you were all the way in Fort Myers, so there wasn't much that we could do. And I remember me and her were kind of like trying to figure out like how do we go about this, like how do we figure this out? And yeah, I think we both just kind of got out of really bad situations at the same time.
Literally the same day. Like
The
it was
same
the same
day. It was crazy.
She was like, yeah, I broke up with blah, blah on Thursday. And I was like, yep, that was the day I did. And it was actually
Yeah.
after I left her house. And I went over to his after.
Oh, yes, because I had a, like, the summer intern pretty little watch party thing. And so I had her over and I remember, like, seeing you, like, texting the whole time. And in my head, I was like, oh, like, I'm so happy. Like, maybe he's finally, like, starting to loosen up. Like, maybe he's starting to let her out. And I just remember, like, looking over, like, any time. And I would just blowing up your phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Every
like,
30 minutes, I need a 360 scan of the room so that there's no boys there. Like, just.
Yeah. And so I was just like, oh my God. Like,
and that
I
was
just hope.
because the other thing, too, was like when I was in this situation, I wasn't really allowed to go out ever. And so I didn't experience that side of it also. And so, like, I'm like, okay, I'm finally hanging out with Danny. I haven't seen her in so long. Like, we just moved back to Orlando. I'm so excited to hang out with her again. And I get there, and then this is how it is. And I reached a point where I was like, I'm over it. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and do this. And that was a wake-up call.
And it was like he had to one-up you.
Always.
Like, I remember she was at my house, and I mean, we're just watching a show. Like, literally a freaking girl show. Like, all girls there. There was no guys. It was like my mom, one of my mom's friends, like their daughter. Like, it was very much like the most chillest thing ever. And even if there was a guy there, like, you should be able to trust your partner anyways. But it was like, here he was like, okay, well, I'm going to the club. Or like, I'm going to a girl's house. For your girlfriend watching a show with her friends, like, he just always had to one-up her with something.
And what he was trying to do is he never wanted me to say he was controlling, right? So it's like he was just trying to make my time so miserable so I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
And then I can't ever say like, oh, well, you didn't let me go do this because technically that's
You
not
did.
true.
You just
He
ruined
did let
the
me.
whole
Yeah, he
thing.
just made it horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely rough. And I think like if you're somebody watching this who kind of feels bad about like sticking in a long relationship that just wasn't good for you, there's really no reason to feel bad about yourself. Like just be thankful that you got out of it because like we're both saying, like it's so hard and you're blocked out from everyone in the world who cares about you. Like that person has full control. They have like full control over your mind and how you think and how you talk to people, and they just change you completely. So I think it's really important to not judge somebody or, you know, just speak on how they handled a relationship because it really is just one of the hardest things.
And if your friend's going through it, just support them.
Yeah.
You can hate their man.
You can hate them all you want.
But just stay by their side so that they know the way that they will be able to leave a situation is by knowing that they have support when they do leave. And if you cut them out, then they'll just stay with them longer.
Yeah. Alrighty, you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little girl talk rant. I kind of wanted this episode to just be like us talking about our experiences because I feel like you really can learn so much in like hearing other people's stories. And, you know, from two girls that have been through the heartbreak, the party girl, the happy, the peaceful life phase. I hope you guys can learn something from us that in the end, it all works out. It really does. And you don't ever need to feel lost or like you're trapped or anything like that because you'll come out on the other side no matter what, however long it takes. And I think we're both like two living proofs of that.
Always feel your emotions, whether that's being crazy or sad or happy.
Feel them.
Always feel them and like embrace them.
Yeah, embrace them. Let yourself really feel those emotions because that is how you're going to heal the best afterwards. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Where can they find you?
You can follow me on Instagram. It's Jules, Jules, Long, LONGG.
Yes, the baddie flight attendants. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go to prettyhonest.co for extended episodes and early access. And I will see you guys all next time on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.